Hello everybody.
It's been a while.
It's been a very long time.
My voice.
Winter blues and broken computer screen and a bunch of other stuff has slowed us down. But
lots of snow.
And lots of snow, yeah, just tons of snow. But we're back and we're here on another road trip, which is actually bringing us back to the Albany region, which we did in November in our first road trip video. So you probably remember some of the places we went there, and we were revisiting the area, and we're gonna hopefully bring some cool stuff on film for you. So
we're gonna be revisiting
our first stop.
Familiar faces.
Yes, our first stop was our favorite stop last time, which is Forgotten Freshness. But there's some very key difference, and that is that they now have a new location. So we're going to check there first. We'll show you the new store, update the address so you know where to go if you wanted to check it out. So our last video has the old location. And we're not alone. We got some friends here. We got Cameron on camera right now, which you'll see him later in the video, I'm sure.
And I'm going to video bomb these guys.
You probably remember Oleg from last time. He was actually in our first road trip video, and he was a great host taking us around the area to all the stuff that he visits on a regular basis. So we're going to kind of do a mini version of that again today. So we're excited, and stay tuned, and we will see you later. well, we are back from our fun-filled day, and even though we only showed you footage from Forgotten Freshness because that was the prime reason we came out here, we did stop at a couple other places, and so we all are going to show pickups. All the pickups we got today, and then Oleg has stuff he's got today, plus some recent stuff.
Right, it's some stuff that I got from Frank in recent weeks.
Yep, so we can kind of look at our pickups together and realize, wow, look at all the money we combined spent. So, why don't we start with our guest? Oleg,
Okay.
why don't you show the stuff,
First.
start with the stuff you got today, and then some of the other
Okay.
stuff. So.
I didn't get anything major today as far as anything that's really overly rare, but it's just stuff that I've been wanting to get, stuff that I heard is under the radar, but that's good. I'll start with this PSP game, Army of Two, the 40th Day. I was actually looking for this on either the PS3 or the 360, but Frank had it for $3 on the PSP. And it's mint, so can't say no to that.
Mm-hmm.
And next I got Ghost Rider for the PSP, which the movies are horrible. But strangely, I heard this game is pretty good. The brawling sections are essentially like God of War.
Yep, so good fun there.
Right, and the driving sections are like Road Rash. So it's
long overdue for a new one, by
Yeah.
the way. But yeah, so that'll be good, you know.
What was the last Road Rash? Like PS1?
PS1 and Game Boy Advance had one at the same time, and then N64. They were all in that same era.
So definitely long overdue.
Yep.
And in another store at Mr. Deals, I was able to track down the 360 version of Army of Two, the 40th Day. I played the first one, wasn't a big fan, but I heard this one's actually pretty good. So, and I got it, I think, for $8. So that's a pretty good deal. The next few games are PS3 games, which I believe Metal Jesus Rocks was the one that recommended them. And they're cheap, but pretty good.
And you see these around too, like you go to GameStops, they're there, and for the price you can get these for, they're kind of worth checking out.
The most any of these were $5.
Yeah.
So start with this one, Dark Void. It's a Capcom game. You've played it, right?
I played the demo and I watched some videos of it. And if you've played the Crimson Skies games that are like more airplane focused, the same. I think there's people who worked on that team that put this together that had a lot of those elements in there, even though it's like a third-person jetpack shooter. It's still got elements of that. It looks really cool.
It looks like the guy with his jetpack almost looks like the Rocketeer.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, and I remember them saying in like developer diaries and stuff that it's kind of like that. I mean, look at that. That looks pretty neat.
Yeah,
so,
looks pretty cool.
It might not have been good when you are paying $60 brand new on day one, but
but this was $3, and it looks brand new. So this game got a lot of flack when it came out. People for some reason really hated on it, so I didn't bother really looking too deep into it. I didn't get it until now. Got it today for $4. I heard that the campaign, according to you actually, is pretty good. It's just the multiplayer is not very good.
Yeah, like it didn't do anything new for the multiplayer, but Medal of Honor has always had a good story-driven campaign, and so this one, I mean, I never played through the whole game or anything, but just from what I know of it and everything, it's different than the Call of Duties and the Call of Duty copycats, you know.
Right.
So it's just a refreshing take on it. You know?
And again, for a few dollars, whatever.
It's like you're renting it, and if you don't like it, oh well, it's not a big deal, you know.
And the next one is the Bourne Conspiracy. Again, it was $4. Gonna have to use some Goo Gone on this.
Oh yeah, those stickers.
But it's supposed to be a good just action game.
And that one I did rent and play, so I can say it was when I rented it, I enjoyed it. There was like, you know,
some good moments.
Whenever you play like a AAA game, it's like, wow, this is perfect. But then you play another game and like, it's like, okay, it's good, but it's got some flaws. But none of the flaws in it made me go, oh, this game sucks. It was just like I had a good time when I rented it. So I think you've got a good game for that price.
Yeah. So yeah, these combined were $10. These three games right here. So
a lot worse you could get for
you could do a lot worse for $10.
Yeah.
And the next one is probably my most expensive pickup of the day. It's a survival horror game, Deadly Premonition, the director's cut. Apparently, this game is getting rarer and rarer, and harder to find. It was originally on the 360, and the director's cut just came out on the is solely on the PS3. Um, Frank was really talking
Oh my
about
gosh, yeah,
he said
it's
it
one of
was
his favorites.
yeah. And I've been getting into survival horror games a lot more lately.
Yeah.
Ever since playing Outlast recently on the PS4, which is just a phenomenal game. I've been getting back into the genre, so I was glad to be able to pick this up.
Looks really cool, and I know it's just one of those got a cult following, and sometimes those obscure games are like the best. You play them finally, and you're like, I can see why people are always talking about this. And
yeah, Frank said it was a mix between Silent Hill and Twin Peaks. That they really borrowed a lot from Twin Peaks. The town actually looks like Twin Peaks.
That's cool, yeah.
And I always enjoyed that show.
Yeah, I only watched the first few episodes with my friend, and we were gonna try to watch every episode, and we fell for watching it. So I want to start over and just watch it myself. But I loved it, and I love that tone. Alan Wake kind of had some of those Twin Peaks elements, and I like that. At least for a setting, it's a great setting for a game.
Yeah.
So
next, I picked up Final Fantasy VIII. This was the last Final Fantasy game I needed for the PS1. It's mint condition. It's got a little bit of a crack on the front, but I can replace that pretty easily. But all the discs are mint. Looks like the manual is in pretty good shape. I'm not a big RPG fan, but it's good to have the Final Fantasy games in your collection.
Yeah, absolutely.
And my favorite Final Fantasies, I know there are people who say they don't like it, but 7, 8, and 9 are like my favorite. I do think 6 is just as good as those, so don't kill me, you retro enthusiasts. But I think something about the PlayStation ones, they started to get three-dimensional elements, but you're playing over like pre-rendered backgrounds, so it felt like a 2D game more. Yeah. Whereas the new ones are just full-on 3D games, and they just don't feel like an old-school game anymore. This feels old-school, but yet had these modern like cinematics and stuff. I think it was the sweet spot. So that's my 2 cents.
Next is a game I got for the Nintendo DS. I think it's a sequel to an NES game. It was Super Dodgeball on the NES, and this is a Super Dodgeball Brawlers. It was $5. The art style, I guess, on the game looks like River City Ransom.
Yeah,
the way the characters are drawn and everything. They're short, stocky, little arms. But I heard it's a fun game. So I went for $5. Whatever.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
At the very least, I can use a pristine case.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's
something else.
So
let's see what else. Now these next two games I got from Frank earlier, but since the last time I've discussed pickups from his store. The first one, these two are both reproduction carts, but they're 2 awesome games. This one is called Eliminate Down. It's a shmup. It's a horizontal shmup. It's awesome. It's really one of the best shoot 'em ups on the Genesis. It's really hard, but it's got a great soundtrack. It plays really well. The graphics are phenomenal. I really enjoyed it. I've played a ton of shoot 'em ups on the Genesis, and it's definitely one of the best ones.
Yeah, a lot of competitors, so it's cool that there's a good reproduction card that is like, it stacks up.
I mean, the Genesis is just loaded with shooters.
So many.
Yeah. And the next one is needs no introduction, really. I'm sure people know all about it. It's made by Treasure.
Yep.
Alien Soldier never came out in the United States. It's kind of like the Turrican games, Contra a little bit. It's really hard.
Yeah,
but
run and gun.
Run and gun, yeah. But it's really good too. And the real version of this goes easily a couple $100.
Yeah.
But this one is just as good.
Great label.
It's got a great label. It's pristine, shiny, And Frank surprised me with this and just kind of gave this to me as a gift over Christmas.
That's awesome.
I was looking at it. I kept hemming and hawing as to whether I wanted to pluck down the money for it. And I'm looking at it. He sees me kind of looking at it. He just takes it and he throws it at me. He's like, "Merry Christmas." And I was like, "You are the man."
Nice.
He really
nice.
is.
You're too nice, Frank.
Next game I got at
A little jealous of this one.
yeah at Pastime Legends. It's a game I've been looking for a while. I'm a big fan of fighters, and I have the sequel to this game on the Dreamcast, which is called Project Justice. But this was on the PS1. It's a relatively rare game, Rival Schools. I've never played this one. I've played Project Justice a lot, but this one I haven't played, and a lot of people have a lot of good things to say about this. The characters are very quirky. Basically, it's like a high school
fighting game.
Game with all these stereotypical kind of characters.
And there's like teachers,
there's
coaches.
jocks.
Yeah.
One of the characters is like a baseball player with a bat.
Yeah. It's just so cool.
It just seems like a lot of unique characters, and fighting fans seem to really enjoy it. And it's a Capcom fighter, and they're the masters at that, especially in this era.
Yeah, great era for fighters.
So I was happy to get that. And I got it for a pretty decent price. Nate and I both eyed it right around the same time.
Yeah.
And he sees it before I do, and then I see it, and I call him over. I'm like, "Look at that."
Yeah. I was like,
and he's like, "I'm just looking at that too." And we were
You guys
getting
had a lot of moments like that.
yeah,
throughout the day.
yeah, we had a lot of special moments today. So
yeah,
we were gonna draw straws, but eventually
I was like,
he was like, "You can have
That's
it,"
yours.
and I'm really happy to finally add this to my collection. The last two games I'm going to show I got from Time Walk Games, which just closed its doors, so to speak, which is a shame because they really put out some good products. They did reproduction carts, and they were just really good quality. The two games that I got from them in the last few months before they closed, the first one is Super Mario World: Return to Dinosaur Land, and it's just a great game. It's basically a brand new Super Mario World for the SNES. All new levels pretty much, but it plays just like the original Super Mario World. It's just a great game, and they did a bang up job on the production of the box, the cart. Let me see if I can take this out quick.
yeah, that looks awesome. You see it on the shelf, you just be like, oh, that's what did I miss that game that came out, Wow. Yeah,
And
that
it comes.
is nice. And just like the actual Super Nintendo carts, it's annoying to get the cardboard out.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. It's like a dark gray.
Yeah, it's like a dark gray. They paint it.
That is awesome.
It's just great. And inside,
look at that. Oh, the manual looks just like a SNES
it
manual.
comes with a map of the whole game and the manual. It's look at this.
Full color.
Full color.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, I can see this.
I know, I
I
can
know.
see this the first time.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
amazing. To see, it's too bad that that company's not around to see that they put so much effort into this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I just went to their website one day to try to buy something new, and they're like, "Oh, we've shut our doors."
It does.
Oh, it has that new that smell.
Love
that
it. Wow,
us
that's.
nerds just love.
People love it when you crack open a new
When you
game.
crack
See, you
open
get
a
it.
new game. Oh my god, we're so good at it.
I love it.
So, and what's the next one? There's
And
another
the
one
last
there from
one.
them.
Is Mega Man Ultra. It's a Mega Man 2 hack. It's basically an improved Mega Man 2. It's got some new levels, some new music, and improved graphics. It's a lot harder. Mega Man 2 is hard to begin with, and this one's even harder.
But it's tolerable. You can get
But
by it.
yeah, it definitely.
But
And but it just looks great again. It's the production value on it is just as good as the Super Mario game, and it's awesome. The card is actually blue.
Oh, that's cool.
It looks
I
awesome.
love that touch they put on those.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
they definitely put a lot of hard work and
it's
effort.
great. They put their logo
Yep.
to make it. You don't even notice it's not the original. It looks like Capcom
Right,
at the top, but it's
but
Time
Time
Walk.
Walk. So they really put a lot of effort into these, and it's just a
Man.
shame that they're not doing it more.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other reproduction sites, which they're pretty good, I guess, but none of them did anything like this, which is
awesome.
It's a shame. But at least I'm happy I was able to at least get these few games before they closed down. So that's pretty much my stuff.
Yeah.
Good.